Okay, so hi everyone. I am present here on behalf of SUVY Classes, and as you all know, we will be discussing the chapters from Class 6 Science syllabus. And our main objective is to take a quick revision so that when we move to Class 7, we have a perfect picture of what we have studied in Class 6. Also, if your exams have not been held yet, it would definitely help you in your school exams. Okay. So today we'll be covering the unit 1 and unit 2 from your syllabus. All right. The first unit is, as you can see here on the screen, food. Where does it come from? And second thing is components of food. Okay. So both units are related to a single term, food. So did you all have lunch today? Of course you would have had. So would you like to share what did you all have? Okay, so I can assume that we have had different things today in lunch. Like I would have had fries, potato fries. Someone would have had rice. Someone would have had chicken. Someone would have had a salad, right? The thing is, we have had different things today in our lunch. It may or may not be same. This shows that we have a rich and diverse domain for our food, right? We could have had a vegetarian diet, we could have had a non-veg meal, right? As you can see in the next slide, as I said, I had fries today in my lunch, so it could have been fries. Someone would have had fruits today. He could have had taken, I have eaten rice, dal, fries, veggies, etc. So that's great. It's really nice when you participate in class. I appreciate that. Also, if you want, you can speak up, right? So you said that you have had rice, dal, fries, veggies, etc. Right? So veggies, are veggies present here? Yes, these are here. You had rice. Oh, I'm sorry, rice I have not made here. Let's assume these are your rice. You had dal too. Oh, again, sorry, I didn't make dal. Let's make it here. Let's write here dal. Okay, so you had dal today. Someone would have had a full-fledged platter. Someone would have had watermelon. You can also have, chicken or some eggs. That's all the non-veg diet. You can have sandwiches, pizzas, fruits, as I said, apple or a melon. So there are like plenty of things you can have for your lunch. After discussing this, we can infer that our food that we eat can be sourced either from plants, or it can be either sourced out from animals. For example, if I say I had fruits in my lunch, so very obviously fruits come from plants, right? If I say I had, this has been mentioned here in the comments, you had veggies, right? So where do veggies come from? They also come from plants, very obvious, like carrots, right? Beans, tomatoes, all come from plants. Whereas if I say I had eggs today in my meal, or if I say I had chicken, so what is the source of this diet? Very obviously, it's from animals. Okay. And this one was from plants. And we usually say the food that we have from plants is termed as vegetarian. And the food that we obtain from animals is termed as non-vegetarian. Okay. Let's move ahead. Okay. So, okay. Now, if I discuss plants, for example, if I take a plant, what all things that we eat from it? Oh, yeah. What all things can we eat from it? Okay, so you can use chat box anytime. You can write things. It has also been mentioned on screen, right? Like if I say if this is a plant, We can eat roots, we can eat fruits, we can eat the stem, we can eat the seeds that will come out someday of the plant. We can have flowers, we can also have leaves. So the basic thing is that we can eat various parts of plants. So if you can see this plant diagram here, right, this part is known as the root system, this is the shoot system. Okay, so we can have many things from this plant, be it the roots or be it the shoot system. Like we can have leaves as shown here in this diagram, that we can have leaves. What is this? This is nothing but cabbage, and cabbage are leaves. If I talk about flowers, this is cauliflower or broccoli, both are flowers. You all might have seen cauliflower. I hope so. You can just turn on your mic and reply. That's all right. Corn cob, that's also has been sourced out from plants. These are nothing but seeds. When you will move to higher classes, for example, to class 8 or 9, uh, in our syllabus, according to NCERT syllabus pattern, we have to study, these seed structures also. And, that's very interesting. So when you will move ahead, you will find it very interesting. So a basic thing that you can keep in mind is corn cob has seeds in it. These are just seeds. When you just plant it in a pot, a corn tree would come out. This would give you corn. This is just a random diagram, okay? So don't take it very seriously. It's not the right diagram. Okay, so you can have fruits. Fruit like apple. Apple is grown on trees, so definitely it has been sourced out from plants. Okay, so this image I just added to show like how beautifully a plant grows when it grows. Like this is the stem, this is the leaf, these are the nodes. Nodes are the spots where from the leaves and flowers arise out. Okay, so let's move ahead. So as I said, we have root system and shoot system. Now, okay, so as I said, flower, we can have cauliflower. Also, children, you might have had honey. Have you ever tried honey? How tasty and sweet it is? So the problem is, the question is, where is honey? Where has honey come from? Yeah, so you have said yes, honey is really very tasty and delicious. We use it in various sweet dishes and we consume it, with warm water as well, in mornings. Yeah. So honey has been produced by the honeybee. Very good. Honeybee. No, honeybee produces the honey. That is correct. But you must also keep in mind, when honeybee produces honey, it collects nectar from flowers. There is an enzyme called nectar, nectar. Nectar is collected by honeybees. This honeybee is smiling because this flower is so pretty. Yeah, very good. It comes out from flower. Hence, we can say this has also been sourced out from plants. Now, there is an ambiguity. Now, you would say, is honey vegetarian or non-vegetarian? Right, this is a very good question. So you can say no, no, it can be non-vegetarian. Why? Because it has come out from honeybee. Okay, you can also say that it is vegetarian because indirectly it has been sourced out from plant. So this is an ambiguous situation. Saying that honey is veg or honey is non-veg would not be correct. Even I served for it over internet, but could not get a perfect answer for you. There are many hypotheses. Like we use honey in religious practices as well. So some people say it's veg, some say non-veg. So let's take it as a sweet dish. Okay, it's really tasty for us. Now, another thing, sprouts. Have you all tried sprouts? It's a very common thing in salads. For example, if I talk about pulses, you just take pulses, wrap it in a wet cloth. Yeah, from gram. Very good. From gram pulses and beans. This is your kidney bean. If you just take these things and wrap them in a wet cloth, hang them out, they just sprout out. What is sprouting? Basically, if this is a seed, and when a plant grows out of seed, it comes out like this. This process is sprouting of seed. Okay, bursting of seed. This is sprouting. So these are very tasty and nutritious for us. That's why sprouts are an integral part of the salads that we have. Okay. Okay. Now, so children, if you remember, in the starting of this slides, this presentation, we discussed that we can have vegetarian food or non-vegetarian food, or we can have both. The thing is that on the basis of food that we eat, the habits we have inculcated for our food is used to segregate animals into various groups. Okay, so that's a very basic thing. Once I'll erase all ink over here, again we'll start. Okay. Uh-huh. Huh. Okay. So there are three categories of animals that has been divided on the basis of food habits they have. Okay, first one is herbivores, second one is omnivores, and the third one is carnivores. Okay, so since we are revising on, mainly for our exams, so our priority should be focusing on very, very small things like herbivores, how it has been spelled Herbivores, omnivores, Omnivores. Carnivores, Carnivores. Do keep in mind. I hope you all are just writing these terms at your end too, because it's very important to have correct spellings. If your answer is right but the spelling is wrong, you would be just given 0 marks out of n marks. Okay, so just make sure that your spellings don't go wrong. I'll just erase this marks. We are not giving marks at the moment. So, okay. So, herbivores, omnivores, and carnivores. What are herbivores? Herbivores are a group of animals that consume only veg food. Only veg means that the food has been sourced from plants, right? Only plants. If I talk about carnivores, their food has been sourced, it's non-veg, and it has been sourced from animals. For example, lions, they prey over other animals in the forest, right? Like it eats the deer. Uh, they can have jackals, they just eat anything they get, jackals, be it jackals or be it, rabbits, anything, like it can be anything. Whereas if I talk about herbivores, best example can be seen here in the image, like cows. They have grass, eat only vegetarian. Yes, they eat only vegetarian. Whereas carnivores eat only non-vegetarian. And in between, like we humans, we eat both veg and non-veg. But I would prefer you don't write veg and non-veg terms in your exams. Use the terms that omnivores eat the food that has been sourced from plants and animals both. Herbivores eat the food that has been sourced from plants only. Carnivores eat the food that has been sourced from animals only. Okay. So for omnivores, best example is us human beings. And what all examples can you suggest? Can you please write it in the chat? I'll also write on the screen. Like cats that we have, crows, dogs, they all have, they all are omnivores. If I talk about herbivores, as I said, cows. Any more suggestions? Sheeps means omnivores eat both vegetable and meat. Yeah, you are right. Omnivores eat both vegetable and meat. Both. You are right. You can speak up. Like writing things may take time. You can just speak up. That's also fine. Will be answered here. Okay. And carnivores eat only meat, and herbivores do not eat it. Do not eat meat. Right. They just eat the vegetarian food. Okay. That's correct. Yeah. You are writing it correctly in the chat box that herbivores eat only vegetarian or vegetables. Omnivores eat both vegetables and meat. And
Sir,
yeah, yes, please. Hello?
Okay, sir.
Sorry, I guess it was a network lag.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you want to ask something?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. So are you getting the concepts cleared?
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. So as I said, we are covering the first two units today. Food, where does it come from? Second, components of food. Okay. Now, then I asked you what did you have in your lunch today? Okay. And you just answered me that you had rice, dal, fries, and veggies, etc. in your food today. So then I just said that, depending upon our locations where we live in the country and like what our moms cook for us and what do we like, we can have various different things in our lunch. Not just lunch, be it dinner or breakfast. So that's a consolidated word can be meal, right? meal. We can have vegetarian meals or non-vegetarian meals. Then we moved ahead, like discussing what we had. Like we can have fruits like apple or melon. We can have sandwiches, pizza, fries. Then like eggs, chicken. There are a variety of foods. You can have a
Sir,
full
today I have fries.
fried rice.
No, sir. Today I have fries.
Oh, great. Oh, I'm sorry, I did not draw rice here. So I'll try next time if I.
No, sir. Fries.
Okay, fries. Okay, fries. Okay, fries is just here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Great, great, great. So let's move ahead. Okay. So then I said that our food that we eat can be sourced either from plants or can be sourced from animals, right? Like if I say I had fruits today, so that has been sourced out from plants, right? If I say I had egg today, so that will be sourced out from animals. Sourced means like who is giving that food to us, right? So like if I say I had dal today, dal has been also being sourced from plants, grams, and grams, and everything has been sourced out from plants. Be it chicken, if I'm eating chicken or lamb or meat, anything, whatever be the terminology that we use, will be sourced out from animals. We also say that the food that we source from plants is the vegetarian food, and the food that we source out from animals is the non-vegetarian food. Okay. Okay. So it's a very beautiful video that I have
Sir,
added.
and
Uh-huh.
in food packs it shows that green dot and red dot. So the red dot will be the non-vegetarian and the green dot will be the vegetarian.
Yes, 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 my dear. You are very right. You very well said that. Sorry, I even, I just met, like, I kept these symbols to tell that thing. But very good, you reminded me of that because, I just wanted to share with everyone. Very good. So if there is a green symbol on the food packet that we get, like if you go and buy some like chips, potato chips, so that will have a green marking on it. Whereas if you go and buy something that is like, like we have packed meat packages, so that will have a red symbol on it. So that's the non-veg symbol, and this is the veg symbol. Okay. Yeah, you very well said it. Great. So, okay. So see how beautifully this plant grows. Nice, no?
Yes, sir.
Ha. So, as I said earlier, like from a plant, we can have various things. Like talking of the, okay, first I will show you another diagram that will make things more clear. Like this is a plant. You might have seen this diagram earlier too. It has a root system. It has a shoot system. Root system contains mainly the roots of the plant. Shoot system contains the stem, this long stem. It contains the leaves, flowers, buds, fruits, This all constitutes the shoot system. So depending upon the plant part that we are consuming, we can have different things. Like if I'm consuming roots, so best example is carrots. Like carrots are nothing but the roots of a particular plant, and we eat the carrots. If I talk about apple, apple is nothing but a fruit which has been taken up from a tree, right? If I talk about stem, we also consume stem. Like, not just eating. Okay, like we, uh, okay, so like we also take seeds. Like best example is corn that has been drawn here. Corn, you might have had corn cobs. It's very famous when you go to places, you find it. And popcorn, yeah, popcorn also comes out from corn, right? Then we also consume flowers, flowers of plant, like cauliflower. Have you heard the term cauliflower? It's very common. Broccolis, that are nothing but flowers of a plant, right? Leaves, if I talk about leaves, leaves are nothing but, like, for example, various parts. Okay, so as I was discussing about honey, honey is honey comes from honeybees. We have a general understanding that honey comes from honeybees. But how do honeybees produce it? Honeybees first go to flowers. They collect an enzyme called nectar that is present in the flowers, and it converts that nectar into honey. Okay, and there is another thing,
Sir,
sprout. Yes.
the nectar, the honey is the honeybees spread.
You are right. Yes, you have very well read the book.
That's
Uh,
why
mhm.
that's why we cannot tell that honey is totally vegetarian or totally non-vegetarian,
You are right. I also said that, there
because
are. Uh-huh.
the nectar is from plant, it is the vegetarian, and the spirit is non-vegetarian.
Um, I don't know. We can say spit as non-vegetarian or vegetarian. That's also again a quite ambiguity. Like, I just checked out it on internet a few days back, and I could not get a perfect answer to this. Like, few articles said that it should be treated as vegetarian, few said it should be treated as non-vegetarian. So, like, it's ambiguous, but it's tasty, right? We love to eat it. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir, we still don't know, but we love to eat it. It
Yeah,
is
very good.
vegetarian, non-vegetarian.
Yeah, it's tasty. Now, moving ahead, like then we discussed about the sprouts. Like as you also mentioned in the chat box, like it is sourced usually from grams, also from pulses. Like also you can source it from kidney beans. Sprouting is nothing but when we sow a seed in soil, right? So that just a plant pops out from the seed. That process is known as sprouting. When a plant pops out from the seed, like this is the seed, then plant pops out. This is known as sprouting. So, okay, that is sprouting, and usually in this form, when the seeds are in sprouting stage, we consume that seeds. Uh, did you raise your hand? Do you have any question?
No, sir, we can also keep the grains, means peas or grains in water, means gram or in water, so it the whole night we will keep it, then it will form sprouts.
Yes, we usually make it at homes as well, right? It's very integral part of the salads that we have. It's very nutritious.
Then it is have also proteins.
Very good. Proteins, carbohydrates, and nutrients, vitamins, etc. So there are a lot of things in these sprouts. You are very right here. Great. Okay. So then we classified animals based on the food habits. First one was herbivores. Herbivores are the animals that consume only the vegetarian food, vegetables. or grass, anything it can be, that is sourced from plants, right? Then carnivores are the animals that consume only the non-vegetarian food that has been sourced from animals. Like lion in a forest usually prey over other animals. Like a lion eats a deer, right? So that is an animal. The diet that carnivores have is non-veg, whereas herbivores have is veg. Can you suggest some examples of herbivorous animals? Any? You can just speak up or you can write in chat. All are
Sir,
fine.
I can tell.
Haha.
Herbivore. Sir, like goats, then
Sheep.
sheep, then elephant, then
uh,
zebra, then giraffe, etc.
Yeah, there are many examples, right? And if I talk about
Yes, sir.
omnivores are the group of animals that have both vegetarian and non-vegetarian food, right? Like human beings or dogs or cats, there are many things.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So I hope this concept is clear to you. Uh, huh, huh. Okay, so we started with like the food that we have had today in our lunch. You said you had fries today, and like we can have many things like be it rice, dal, or veggies, fries, burgers, pizzas, full-fledged meals, or it can be non-vegetarian
Sir,
diet, be it eggs, chicken. Uh-huh.
sir, that is dal.
Which one? This?
Sir, the means the platter.
This one? No, 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 no. I don't know. I guess it's there are many things. That's great. Then we can
Sir,
have non.
and there is also noodles, I think. That's so.
This one, no.
Yes, sir. This side
Hmm.
is it's like noodles.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like this is looking like cabbage, cabbage, and this is like an egg. This part. Yeah, that's nice.
Sir,
I would
and
love to
the
taste
and the
the food.
left one, whole left one, is the meat, looking like meat. And
This one, no.
yes, sir. And at the side, the white one is looking like an egg, a boiled egg with cut with four pieces.
You are right. This is looking like an egg that has been cut into four pieces. Very good. You're right. So, right, we can have different things, like a meal can be combination of different things. Like I can add in this meal anything else also. Like not just egg, I can add potatoes, I can add onions. There can be many things that can be added here. Like already tomato has been added, right? So that's great. You are thinking over other things, and that's phenomenal. And speaking up in class is again very phenomenal. It's great. I appreciate that. Okay, then we discussed like our food can be sourced either from plants or animals, right? The food that we get from plants is vegetarian, and this food, the packets it comes in has this green mark over it, which indicate that it is vegetarian or has been sourced out from plants, whereas this red mark indicates that it has been sourced out from animals, right? You very well said it earlier. Like these marks are very indicative when we go for buying stuff.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay. Then we saw this beautiful plant growing in front of us. How beautifully a plant grows, how beautiful nature is. So that's great. Great. Then we discussed about that what parts of plant that can we eat. Like we can eat flowers, cauliflowers, broccoli, etc. We can eat seeds, corn cob, and that pulses that we eat or that kidney beans that are nothing but seeds.
Sir, the stem is, what is the stem?
Hmm. Suggest some examples for STEM.
No, no, sir. What is the stem? Means it is. I cannot see.
Okay, this one.
Yes, means
This is not clear, I guess, in the diagram. But like when we go for buying stems, like can you suggest when we go to market, we buy some food items? Like when I buy an apple, that is a fruit. of a plant. So what am I buying which is stem of a plant? You know, potatoes are nothing but stems. When you will move, I guess in class 7 it is there. Stem tubers. You will study in detail. You know, potatoes are nothing but stems. We can even, check it over internet. That won't take much time. These brainstorming things help us a lot. Okay, so let's check it out. Stem tuber. I'll show you. Right. See, as I said, stem tubers. Example is potato. Tubers. We call them tubers. See, stem tubers are thickened rhizomes. Okay, that's not again the part of our syllabus today, but when you move ahead in the classes, you will study it in future. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Great. Let's move ahead. Then we discussed about nectar and honey, whether it is vegetarian, non-vegetarian, but we are happy be it anything, right? It's very tasty. We enjoy eating it. Then we went for, sprouts, where we discussed that how usually sprouts are prepared. We just soak them in water overnight, and in morning sprouts are ready. We have it in our breakfast with the other stuff. So it's
Sir,
very
the
tasty.
honey is
And
the sweet, natural, and good for health. Such a sweet.
yeah, so yeah, that's why it is used in various, like it's used majorly in preparation of medicines. When we go for Ayurvedic medicines, honey has been considered as a very important ingredient there. And it's definitely tasty. We use it in sweet dishes when we go for preparing sweet dishes. We always like when we had whenever we have pancakes, so we just pour honey over it because it just enhances the taste everywhere. So it has wide variety. It's used in the religious activities, spiritual activities, etc. So yeah, that's really very tasty, nutritious, and useful, right? And for sprouts, as I said, we soak them overnight and in morning we get it. These are highly nutritious, rich in protein, as you said. They are rich in carbohydrates and many more things. Okay. We'll study, these proteins, carbohydrates in the coming chapter. So are you excited? I am very excited. Okay. So then we went for classifying animals into three categories: herbivores, omnivores, and carnivores. Carnivores prey over other animals, herbivores prey over food that has been sourced from plants, and omnivores are okay with both. They are ready to eat both plants and they are both ready to eat animals too. Right? Then we solved a small quiz here and we got a very good clarity of the concept, right? So we'll wind up the class here today. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, sir.
I am very sorry, I did not notice that the slide was not being shared. Otherwise, you could have enjoyed more. Okay, so shall we end here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.